Good morning, stamping friends. This is Jenny from Celebrate the Journey. I didn't realize you were going to get me back to back from yesterday and today. But today is starting our 2 days of One Sheet Wonders. And so for every hour on the hour until 2, I think today, there will be somebody sharing some great cards with you. Let me see if I can get my screen going here. I think I have. Oh, I need to make sure my sound is off because I'm terrible about that. I almost didn't make it this morning. My computer died. And I don't know what was going on with it, so I had to pull out my old computer. And it's just barely working. That's why I had an old one. So I'm not sure what's going on with that laptop. So anyway, this is starting our One Sheet Wonders. So that's Friday and Saturday. And today it starts at 9 and goes till 2, however long that goes, maybe 2:33. And then tomorrow it will start over again, but I think in the afternoon. Not real sure about that tomorrow's times. And I misspoke yesterday. All of our One Sheet Wonders are Christmas cards. So that's even greater because I'm a little behind on Christmas cards. And so this will help me catch up too. And so let's get started. Now, a One Sheet Wonder can be 12 by 12 paper or 6 by 6. I think the majority of us are doing 6 by 6, but you can kind of adapt some of these ideas to a 12 by 12 if you want to use 12 by 12, but you can always cut 12 by 12 into a 6 by 6, which is what I did for my cards. So let me show you my 4 cards, and then we'll walk through putting them together and cutting them. I used the Bright and Merry and Bright Designer Series paper, and so that's what we're going to look at. So here's my first one, and on this one I used the old-fashioned bowl. And my second one, and my third one, and my fourth one. Now, I have not put bling on these yet. I need to do that. We'll put bling on ours when we get started or finish up. So I personally think that starting with paper that has more than 2 colors, you will have an easier time deciding if you want your background paper, your mats will have more choices of color, but you can do it with just 1 or 2 colors and then use white or very vanilla as part of your mat. So that's certainly up to you, and it'll be interesting to see what everybody else says. I decided, since this was Merry and Bright, and I did not buy the stamp set that went with this, I pulled out the Brightest Glow, and honestly, most of these sentiments worked fine with All is Merry and Bright, Hope and Light, Shining Bright with Love. So lots of good choices here. I have a 6 by 6, and the first thing I'm going to do is cut it into 3 by 3s. And then that gives us more, some more. This will be one card. This one will turn on the diagonal and cut it into 2 triangles, as close as we can. This one we will cut into 1.5 inch squares. hope those, yeah, I think they did. Sometimes paper slides if we're not careful. This is so easy, you really don't have to even remember it. And then this one we will cut into 3 1-inch strips. And then we're ready to start putting our cards together. I did pre-cut my mats and stuff just because it was a little easier that way. And so let's see, I decided basic real red would look good with these, shaded spruce. This is the crosshatch. This is just those bubbles. And then this one, that's another crosshatch, is the Christmas that says holly, you know, caroling, good tidings. It's all that Christmas. So we can choose, mix and match how we want these to look. All right, let's start with this one. And, oh, I need my trimmer. We're going to do the triangles. So I cut a 3 1/4 inch circle, square, 3 1/4 inch circle. Pretty sure that's what that is. Let me double check. Yes. For a mat, you do have to play with these. Sometimes I did 3 1/8, and sometimes I did 3 1/4. Depending on how large you want your mat to be. And this one, if you don't do it 3 1/4, you really don't have very much wiggle room. We'll go ahead and put, now if you probably want to stay away from designs that on this one that have you don't want lines. Maybe, I don't know, you might be able to, you can, I shouldn't say that, because I did make some birthday cards with this, with lines, so. But do pay attention to your design, the design of your paper. See, you want a generous border on your mat for these because it gives you a little more room to work with. Hi, Joy. Thanks for joining us this morning. But these are just a standard size card base. 8 1/2 by 5 1/2. Scored at 4 1/4. And we can go ahead and mount this. Now I would suggest you get all your favorite punches out, your favorite dies, your favorite sentiments, and while you're making these, and then you'll just be able to get creative without having to spend a lot of time thinking about it. So you just want to make sure you get as close to equal here that you can. I don't know, people don't get their rulers out and measure. Let's see, we want that. And these are so quick and easy, so we'll go back and put our bling on when we finished them all. I pulled out several different kinds of bling. I punched this to give it a frame. And we're going to stamp "Wishing you a season of hope and light." I hope I have the right punch here for this. We'll see, won't we? I think on this one I'm going to stamp it in green. Since that's red, you want some contrast. So this is shaded spruce. This paper has Flirty Flamingo, Parakeet Party, Granny Apple Green, Night of Navy, Real Red, and Shaded Spruce. Oh, and Crushed Curry. So it has so many colors. If you don't own one of those, you can substitute one of the other. You have lots of choices for substituting. Okay. Well, I just let this go on here. You could put some ribbon behind this if you wanted to. We might do that. Be kind of pretty, wouldn't it? So pull out the ribbon that you have that goes with your paper. I think I'll pull out this Parakeet Party. That's a brand new one here. And this certainly is shiny and bright. It's that, is it called foil ribbon? Or sparkle? But that'll look pretty there. Now this is one time I do use Stampin' Seal. If I'm going to put a fussy or messy bow, is that what they're called? Just a loop of, I don't know if they're called bows or just a squiggle of ribbon. That'll look pretty. A little too long, but you can always trim that off. And then we'll put this on with dimensionals. So now we've got one card done. We'll just go back and do the inside sentiments later because I'm going to have to pick out what I want. Probably just a Merry Christmas or not anything too elaborate. I think that's still a little bit too long. Okay, that's our first card. Pretty quick, huh? Let's see what's in our stack here. Okay, so this one I did double mat these. They're so tiny. I thought maybe they needed a little extra help there. So they're going to go on Real Red. Oh, good morning, Noreen and Jeanette. Oh, from the UK. You must, what time is it there? You must be up pretty early. Or up late, maybe that. I'm not sure. It's hard enough for me to keep up with the time zones in the States and Canada, but I have no clue about UK and Europe without my time converter. I'm very grateful today that I held on to this old laptop. But I'm not happy with my new one if it's not going to come on. I'll have to call in the Geek Squad. That would be my son. He can walk me through it. Now I thought since this needs a, we're going to double, I don't know that these little things go up and down. I don't want them sideways. They all seem to be going in different. That's fine. So then that's going to get double matted. If you want to emboss this, dry emboss it, you could, but it's such a kind of thin border, doesn't necessarily need it. So how are you guys doing on Christmas cards? I need to make quite a few more. I've gotten behind this year for some reason. And we mail a lot, so I think I need to make about 50 more. Maybe I can make all 50 one-sheet wonders. That would be great. Get those done today. All right, now this is our background for this one, and it will, oh, 3:15 in the afternoon. That's not bad. I was worried that you were up in the middle of the night. 4, 5, 6. So you should be able to see most of the presentations from today if you're willing to stay up. Oh, I think about 8 maybe your time. That's not very late. These dots make it a little harder for this one to adhere. They're really bubbly, aren't they? I love the dimension they have. They're good for this. They're good for, like, if you had an ocean kind of card, or that celebrate through the year with the birthday tooty things, whistles. That would be cute with this background. You can also, of course, use a different piece of the designer series paper. I think most of us were just trying to stick to our 1 6x6 and not make you have to have a whole bunch of different supplies. I think that's the beauty of a one-sheet wonder is it works great for beginning stampers or people that don't have a lot of paper in storage or hoarded, however we do that. So it's not as much of an investment. We'll put another messy bow here. A lot of us have little houses and we don't have room for a huge craft room and tons of supplies. So this helps. Now we need a sentiment here. And I'm going to do All is Merry and Bright. And we'll do that with green also. Oh, hi, Sandra. Thanks for filling me in on the time zones. I'm glad that I get to die cut this because that's pretty crooked, isn't it? This is the die from He's All That, the male masculine set with the fish and No, that was the barbecue one, but I do love the dies on this one. It's not necessarily any particular shape. It's just a good border. I hold on to dies that are good shapes and punches too. We want to have a variety. And then this one will go right there. Using a variety of shapes gives these their character. All right, that's our second card. And then here's our third. We're going to do red, and oh, I didn't cut a border for this one. Let's see what I need. I think I'm going to do the crushed curry. I don't know how I missed that one. Okay, here's a scrap that will work. That'll look bright and cheery, won't it? So we will do this at 3 and an 8. And then we'll mount that on there. I think that's a nice contrast. My other one I used shaded spruce, but you can use lots of different colors. The only color I didn't use was the Flirty Flamingo. Oh, I see Pool Party there too. I could have, if you did that, that would give it a little bit of a feminine look, wouldn't it? Now, I want to do my ribbon before I put this on the card. I don't like my ribbon to go on the inside of my card. You'll get to see me fumble a bow. That's always tricky. For me, it's sometimes if I don't get it tight enough, I put scotch tape on the back. Nobody will see it. Get that started. Let's see. My tweezers might hold it for me. I thought yesterday was Saturday all day long, and now here it's Friday. I don't know how I messed my week up so bad. But when I realized it wasn't Saturday yesterday, I felt like I had some bonus days coming, so I guess that was okay. It's a pretty bow. We'll trim that down. Now this is going to Move it over a little bit. There we go. We can put that on our card. This feels like it needs. Let's see if that helps us see if it's straight, doesn't it? Looking on the back. Now sometimes I will let my ribbon go on the inside of my card if it's going to be a gift card, because then that ribbon can kind of hold a gift card in place. But otherwise I just like it hidden. Now we do trim this down. I think the other one's okay. And we'll put this on with dimensionals. Can you tell I like dimensionals? But I think it gives your card a little extra oomph of texture. I think we're going to have 4 cards done in about 40 minutes. So that's 10 minutes a card. That's not bad. So these are easily mass produced. Obviously I'm stamping a lot with green today. So we're going to do the Wishing You a Season of Hope and Light again. That other one must have been on my block pretty crooked. And this time we're going to use our new punch, the Modern Oval. I think it's new in the catalog this year. Now, if you wanted to put a mat behind that, you certainly could. But I'm just going to leave it. There, maybe a little, almost like a little circle could go behind it. But I wanted the paper to be the star of the show. Now see, here's some texture. Using your dimensionals adds texture. Your ribbon adds texture. And I think that's what makes a card more interesting than just flat paper, flat everything, and no texture. This gives it a professional look. Well, that's our 3rd card. And now here's our 4th card. It's a little bit fussier, I guess. We've got, I don't know that I need 4 of those. 3 crushed curry mats for our 1-inch strips. And put those on. A little bit too much glue. Remember, a dot is a lot. So I hope that doesn't leak out. Now, if you're like me, you've got a good bit of this paper left. You can put a second piece, another piece on the inside if you want to decorate the inside of your card, and you can do your envelope however you choose. So this does have an up and down here. So I'm just going to use this. Instead of ribbon, I'm using this, just a strip of real red. Not everybody has 100 yards of ribbon in their drawers. Now to line these up, I start with the one in the middle and then work your way right and left. If you start on one side and try to go across, for me, they would all be crooked. So we'll figure out where one goes in the middle. Kind of looks pretty good there. And this one, I'm gluing them down. Our sentiment will have dimensionals. Now you can get the same space between each one going the other direction. That looks pretty good. Dimensional backs stuck on my fingers. They're always all over the house. All right, now we need a sentiment here. And so that means we need a piece of paper. I am going to cut this. And this one, the smallest sentiment in that bundle, in that stamp set, it says, "'Tis the season." And I'm hoping, well, better be careful and turn it that way. And we'll punch that with the double oval punch. A little too long. Left this so I would have a handle to get that in there. Oh, look, that looks like Santa's beard, doesn't it? We could use that. Or gnome beard. And so 4 cards done, except for our embellishments. We'll see what we can put on these to make them look pretty. All right, I pulled out these discs because they're kind of shiny, aren't they? I don't remember the name of these, but they're pretty shiny and sparkly. The iridescent rhinestones. I think I've gone through about 5 packs of these. And then I thought some of these might look pretty. So let's see. I think on this one, I'm going to open up these. I haven't used these yet. So that's a good way for me to use them. And take a pick tool. See what's hiding under here. Oh, green. That would kind of pick up that color, but I think I'm going to go with just the white. Look like little snowballs there, don't they? How about if we put, oh, we're just going to go crazy with bling here. We'll put 2 here. Don't usually put that much, but these are flat. We might as well use them. That's cute. All right, that's 1. Now this one, wonder, oh, definitely these greens. We're gonna, these that are the flat, I find them a little easier if you run your take a pick tool underneath them to make sure you grab the glue dot that they're sitting on. So, now that's nice and sparkly. Oh, let's use the iridescent rhinestones here. I'll have to grab this. Could we use a big one? I suppose so. And then some small ones. I should be using the putty part for these. Let's put one on the sentiment. That looks pretty. And now we have this one. I think we might have to use the blue here. That kind of looks like it goes with the pool party. Yeah, we'll do that one there. All right. Now I have to put all this back, but I can make some more cards this afternoon. Well, let me give you some suggestions here. So we made these with Christmas, but this same paper on the back side has, you could have the polka dots or the stripes, or this might not give you as much as variety, but do you see how these would work perfect for some birthday cards or Happy New Year cards? So I think you could use the exact same layout, but just change the sentiments for whatever occasion you need your cards for. All right, so in about 20 minutes, Leanne will be here with her one sheet wonder, and we'll be excited to see what she comes up with. Thanks for joining me today. Bye.